I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 78 of Road to Shimanami, and today I want to kind of explain how I get past plateaus, because, well, not only am I tired from the marathon I ran a couple days ago, but also on the one-arm pull-up I haven't been progressing in the last couple of weeks, and usually when you realize you're on a plateau, you're going to be in this situation where you've been trying to get past a certain PR for a while, but you just get stuck at the same reps, the same progression, the same weight, whatever you're trying to do. So let's say you're training the planche, you're gonna be stuck on the same progression. Let's say you're doing weighted pull-ups, you struggle to increase weight, or if you're doing max pull-ups, you struggle to increase reps. Some of those plateaus we've all experienced them, right? And at the moment, I'm on one of those plateaus where I'm struggling to increase the max amount of reps in one set for the one-arm pull-up. Now, what I try to do when I basically realize that I'm stuck in a plateau is to first of all back off a little bit, because if you've been stuck for a while, that means you've been attempting your maximum effort for training a few trainings on end, and basically that will put a lot of pressure on your body. And so even though it might not directly feel like it, perhaps your body is not fully recovered. So I like to drop the intensity and focus on volume for a while. And today I'm just gonna do normal one-arm pull-ups. So you might think to yourself like, hey, you're not really dropping intensity because you're doing the same exercise, but you can drop intensity in multiple ways. So for the planche, you can drop the progression. For pull-ups, you can drop the amount of reps, which is what I'm gonna do at the moment. Or if you're doing weighted stuff, you can drop the amount of weight, obviously. But last time I did a workout, I was doing sets of 3, right? And I did 10 pull-ups in total for the workout. Today, I'm just gonna do sets of 2. And so it's the same one-arm pull-up, but the intensity is lower because each set is further away from my max, basically. And so what I'm gonna do today is basically, I'm gonna attempt 6 sets of 2 reps, which, in total would be a volume PR, but at the same time, I'm hoping that this will kind of feel easy. And if you think about it, doing 6 sets of 2, I'm gonna try and do 1 set every 2 minutes. In the end, I will have ended up with 12 reps on each arm in about 20 minutes. And this is a new category in your training that you can now strive to aim, or you can strive for a PR, right? So you were striving for a PR on whether it's max reps or, max planche hold or a new progression. You were stuck, but now you can focus on volume for a while and you can focus on your PR over there. So if I, do this workout today, I get 12 reps, hopefully. Perhaps next time I can aim for 13 or 14 in the same 20 minutes. And I can basically go on until I hit a plateau again. But, once I, hit a plateau there and I then recover, I will have more capacity to, go for my max reps again. So that's how I basically try to break through plateaus. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if it doesn't, you just try something different again until you find a way. Because you'll always find a way if you just keep trying. But anyway, let's get started. All right, they're feeling heavy. All right, so I am saying this even though this feels kind of heavy, but when you switch up your workout and you're trying to get into kind of a volume phase, in the beginning you should start comfortably and it should feel kind of light. So I say this even though this feels quite heavy at the moment. It feels heavy because I'm just tired in general from the marathon, but when you're doing your training in general, when you start something new, start at a comfortable pace, start at a comfortable level, and then you can focus on your form for a while. And as you increase the volume slowly, probably the form will get worse, but that's okay. You're trying to get a PR. It's okay. But in the beginning, it should feel, you know, comfortable to the point that you can focus on your technique. Whew. That was set number 6. Not that pumped. Not too many reps either, but let's sit down and discuss. Okie dokie, so that's gonna be it for today's training. 12 reps in, let's say, 20 minutes. That's a new category of training that I can try and improve. Because guess what? Next time I try this training, I can perhaps try to do another set in those 20 minutes and get 14 reps. Perhaps eventually I'll get up to 15, 16, or even 20 reps of the one arm pull up in 20 minutes. And basically, I can try and keep improving this until I can't improve it anymore, until I get stuck into another plateau. And at that point, I can just try something different. Perhaps I can try my maximum amount of reps of one arm pull ups, but I have to do sets of 3 reps instead of 2 reps. And it's, again, a new category. People oftentimes say that they're stuck in a plateau, but you're only stuck in a plateau for one certain PR that you're trying to get. And there is a million other options, or I should say, an unlimited amount of options left on things that you can still progress on instead. And even within the same exercise. So let's say you're stuck on, like me, the one arm pull up. Okay, I can't increase my maximum amount of reps in the one arm pull up at the moment, but there is all of these other categories. Weighted, there is volume, there is, I know, volume for sets of 3, volume for sets of 2, volume for EMOM. There is, you can just, or volume for assisted reps, right? With the bands. The only skill that you really have to master is to be creative. And, people often ask me, like, how I progress in calisthenics, because they're stuck somewhere. And the truth is, I don't know exactly how I progress because all I do is I follow one rule, and that is I try to improve my training from last time a little bit until I get stuck, and then I repeat it. So my training is just this repetition of I'm trying something, it's kind of easy. I try to do more, it gets harder. I get stronger in the process, and then once I'm tired of it, I do something else which is similar but will also make me stronger. And by repeating this process consistently, I think you can beat any plateau basically. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today's workout. And yeah, I'm gonna have some breakfast, and I'll see you tomorrow for a very early workout because, well, after that, I'm heading to Japan. So that's exciting.